I used to be the CEO of a company in Melbourne, and I was hiring a manager for our Melbourne factory. And I had this young fella come in, and he applied for the job, and gave him the position. And I said, well, I need to take you now to our Sydney factory. And he said, look, I'm really desperately trying to find this friend of ours who's just on her own. And we haven't heard from her for a while. We're not sure where she is. He said, look, I've tracked her down, and if it's okay with you, she's going to come when we go to the local restaurant for dinner. And of course, Bronwyn turned up, and that's how we met.
Anyway, I moved into George's house down in Melbourne, from Sydney down to Melbourne, and 3 years later, got to move, and 3 years after that we got to move, and it probably was another one, 3 years after that, and then we came here. So he'd stayed in that house for 20-something years, and I come along, and within 10 years we've had all these moves and we're up here.
In my job, I used to travel a fair bit, quite a bit. I had millions of frequent flyer points, and I was able to take her with me a lot of the times. And we had some really nice trips, didn't we? Bronwyn enjoys travelling, and as I did. And we met a lot of nice people that we still keep in touch with over the last 30 years. And so that's been a nice highlight as well. We were able to escape. I was there for 34 years, and I started off as just looking after the factory. I was operations manager then, I was general manager. And then that's when I became CEO, and that's when I really started to learn how to be a business manager, because all of a sudden there wasn't these thousands of other accountants and all of that there to give you help. You had to do it yourself. And I've been retired now for 10 years, and it was time. It was like as if I had all these shackles just taken off my shoulder. And it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, I was proud of him. Yeah, no, it was good, and he still keeps in touch with his girls, who are middle-aged ladies. They're 10 years retired. We still hear from them. George was quite ill last year, and these care packages would arrive from the girls.
Went out, they said, we're going to have to take your bladder out, and I thought, oh, that means I have to have it, yeah. And then I thought, well, what's the other option is not to do it and die. So it didn't take long to make the decision.
Flew through chemo, no problems, other than it made him ill and that, but he's just a determined, positive little bugger. He really is.
You have to be, yeah. Mm. Well, we used to come here to Noosa for our holidays a couple of times a year. We've always liked this part of the world, and we always said that when I retired we'd look at moving up this way.
When George had this terrible health scare last year, and he's been given this blessing, and we've got 2 holidays booked for this year, and we're off.